make their way into playoffs.
We loved Crew. They played very well against the double duelist style of NRG. They dealt with the trap plays effectively on those attacking rounds. See what they have for us here. They'll be starting on defense. And a Viper wall there just to cut off that heaven for the attackers. We go up mid.
Quickly, look at this Crew pushed all the way out of B. Man, the paranoia is used bottom mid from Melser. Interesting decision. It's all the way through fence, meeting up with Icy, who's controlling towards that A ramp.
Crew have entirely given this up, right? MTA gonna be stacked up with Shy now as G2 want to make their way down to the side, but not, of course, before leaving a skeleton crew in heaven to deal with this. Here's the flash. 4 players for Crew. Bustling on in here, but Leaf's on the other side of that wall.
Can they route him out, or will Leaf find the timing?
Always the timing.
He will.
Always the timing with this guy. Just the one wipe, but that's gonna have to be enough. Valen clears the bomb buddy and now retreats to elbow. This is gonna get ugly.
Melser was quite far away, actually, watching for potential mid-flank, so a little bit of time wasted waiting for him to meet up. They're going to smoke off main and now work their way, splitting from main, from screens.
Trent took a tickle there for sure. MTA out to the edge of the bloom of the smoke. It's going to be Icy now to step up in his stead, and he delivers. Oh, that's 2! The duelist now stands tall for G2. Trent gets the job done.
Things up nicely on split, and Crew, again, an aggressive move early, pushing all the way down mid. Trent with his eyes on it.
If you watch 2 VODs of Crews, you know they do this routinely. Straight down mid on a save round, but Trent takes a licking. He's going to now try and rejoin the rest of his team. He held the spike there, so couldn't afford to take any risks.
And he got more than enough info to allow Valen to call for that acceleration into B, knowing the site would be free. And now damage is the name of the game for Crew. Can they take any guns away?
Icy got around the corner before the second stage of that nade hit him, but Melser, sneaky, set up a mid there, brings Leaf down. Jonah P and Valen can play off this, can sit inside B main. Attacker's smoke there, breaks up the side. Dropping now down into hell. Jonah P checking heaven, but all of Crew have got boots on the ground right now. Nice timing for the fault line. Icy wants to capitalize, and he finds Melser sat on his own in the smoke, stunned up. Now they can double swing this, and they get mowed down. Their stingers go to work. Putting the Hornet Queen to shame. And G2.
A lot of weapons, but now they have a good bonus round coming into this. Icy is close to that showstopper. They're going to go and get him that orb in B main, surely.
Crew so lightly holding onto B, right? They have just MTA up in heaven. Still, got to contend with the tripwires here. Aftershock to try and clear that drop spot now, and MTA from Rafters. Okay, Icy segmented from the rest of his team.
Fast on the flutter, Crew. Look at how close Kesnet is right now. Does he really want to swing that and satchel up? Bold from Kesnet, but he is feeling it. He has dominated both maps. Win on Lotus, loss on Ascent, doesn't matter.
This trip is a nuisance. Eventually that can be cleared. Poison Orb, of course, blooms, but Leaf has gotten through it now. He can be the cat amongst the pigeons. Looking to get into heaven now as there's a bit of a fake over on B. Valen trying to sell it. Keep Crew interested at the B side.
Melser just spotted the barrel. Knows that Leaf is there. Picks him off with ease.
I like the transition down to the low ground, but the cat's definitely out of the bag here. Now Melser will wait on the other side of the smoke. He expects contact directly through it, and he gets what he asked for. Trent falls, and now it's going to be all down to Valen. Spike is loose. He's got to fight through these smokes. And again, he's got nothing but a stinger to work with here. Diabolical circumstances, but G2, it is their bonus. Now I'll be waiting on Valen to stand and deliver at some point. He acquiesces. 3 for Melser.
Of course, that was the bonus for G2. This is their full buy, and with Icy showing a bit crazy so far and feeding him those alt orbs, yeah, just that. He has the showstopper available.
Horn popped by Shy. Okay, now we do have G2 starting to trend upward. Perhaps Crew are anticipating a satchel showstopper plunge up mid, but Jonah has the fault line set up to catch in the mail by the looks of things. It's re-smoked in mid. Here comes that showstopper. Icy is on the hunt. The fault line does catch Kesnet, but he still slinks away. Do we check Rafters now? MTA set up there. I thought he was in cam. It's a trade.
And you'll definitely take that trade if you're MTA. Not so bad when there's a rocket in your face. The site is going to be taken from G2 into this 4 versus 4.
He's going for that?
A lot of util for Crew to get back in. They have one flash from Heat, the sky.
Okay. Throw out the horn here. Jonah wants to flash. Shy backs away from it, respects it, but G2 slowly taking more control here into CT.
That is active from the solo breach.
45 HP, that's rough though, eventually gets double swung. Crew's playing for the retake now, the wheels are set in motion. Flash over to the side, confirms player sat in that corner, but Leaf comes from an off angle. Now we're in the 2 versus 2 with Valen and Trent. And he hears all of this, all of it. He drops down out of the smoke, he has to challenge. And it should be a simple job for Trent here. Melsa makes a bit of noise. Trent does take a glancing blow from some of those shots here. Straightforward. Horn. Get the... Oh my goodness, Melsa! Can he get the defuse as well? That is absurd!
That is absurd. There's no way he should...
And there's some days that only Crew can give you moments like this, right? Insanely volatile, but the talent is there.
And Icy now, early round so fast. They ramp take Melser force back, playing it passive, playing it smart. Not going to throw his life away.
I like this Crew looking for a chance to maybe slow the tempo down a little bit. Definitely they were feeling on the hot seat after that previous round. Jonah P again has to clear this pesky trip. Over he goes, okay. Can he make use of this?
Yeah, do Crew know that that's a possibility? I mean, a trip like that, to get information, you should not be able to jump over it.
Did you hear something?
Perhaps
Right
that's
there.
some of the Cypher inexperience from MTA showing. He has played quite literally 21 rounds of Cypher professionally only. That was just the other day against NRG, his first time playing Cypher. And small mistakes like this can add up.
So this round is all about Jonah P manifesting a material advantage from getting on the other side of this trip, but it's still being checked. Maybe there's a sense that they know. The Crew know that this trip might not be set properly for them. Leaf goes over as well. And now we're in heaven. Okay, the Prowler going to take out the other trip over on the B side of the map. It's Jonah. He has the timing, and he's got the hot hand, folks. The man doesn't miss. Now Shy needs to salvage, and he's found 2. Evening the ledger. But Icy's there. Leaf also found heat elsewhere. And it's all up to Melsa, these teams hitting each other with these nasty crackbacks. 1 versus 3 for the man of the moment in the previous round. Melsa at 6 and 2. Has to go large. Good for 1.
No charges.
Still Leaf and Trent, though, grouped up in drop.
Doubled up. Surely Melser can't convert both. He'd have to hit a crazy spray transfer.
Do you believe, folks?
And for them, that was their anti-eco. And now look at their economy. They're the ones on the eco. But much in Crew fashion, buy round, eco, broke as hell. Somehow we're getting Kesnet a rifle. It does not matter. He's got the Vandal.
This time, though, they don't just plunge down mid arbitrarily. We sometimes see this from Crew. They may be a little unimaginative on some of these half-buys or these ecos. They are going to be grouped up there. Yeah, clear that close corner for G2. And MTA, Kesnet going to drop to the side here.
Crew rotate pretty quickly out of vent. They cross mid with the cloud up, expecting that B hit could be coming through, but G2 slow things down. They're a slow team. We talked about that a lot. They give Valen time to work.
Okay, so Melsa joins the party at B here, and G2 say, you know what? We actually have Leaf really advanced in towards A. Okay, Rolling Thunder going to be thrown out here. They're selling it with a Rolling Thunder. Oh my goodness. Paying for a bag of chips with a $100 note. Love to see that.
And the thing is, Crew have fully bought it, but also, why not commit to that with a stack anyhow, right? I mean, they are on an eco, so it just makes it so likely that they're all going to be there. So long as Jonah P can win these duels out with the better rifle, they should be locking this round up with ease. Pit down as well. I mean, 2
Yes.
committed on an
They're
anti-eco.
investing.
That's a pretty big investment, actually, dropping the pit from Leaf.
I mean, how many times have they been thrifted by this team? Crew are rascals in that regard. Kessin, of course, was able to pick up a Vandal here. The rest of Crew see no reason why they wouldn't try and find at least an exit here. That's what they're set up for, MTA in this position. Kessin also, of course, can get away from the blast zone. That flank exit route was checked, though, just now by Haunt. And in we plunge, MTA looking for Sun. A little bit of action. New pair of shoes, maybe. Valen receives him now, and Kesnet drops the Vandal. Finds nothing for it. It's up to Melsa to do some damage, and hey, that's not too shabby.
Melser at B main, he's going to go and throw down that one way to control that area of the map. Some passive trips towards A, the cam for heaven. It's that high up one that spots the toes when they're walking by into ramp. If that ramp push does end up coming. You know, Crew can play for a retake here with a showstopper. They could play for a flood. Get in with that double satchel and the rocket fired off.
Looks like that's going to be the plan here, Wyatt. You can see G2 inching up on that A side of the map. MTA. Okay, would like early warning of this. Leaf gives him a bit of leg. Probably looking for the cam there, but no dice on the removal of that. And now all of G2 want to gather up around that offensive Viper wall.
So Cypher set up to contend with MTA and Heat here. They go to anchor, they do. MTA slips in backside. He's immediately flashed.
Okay, this could be ugly though for MTA. Stunned up there by the fault line. Trying to find a way to recover here, but so was Icy. What? He was stunned! Okay, Valen able to find two though. Comfortably enough, Kesnet pulls out the showstopper and finds his. Eventually Trent's going to trade it. The last player standing. It's Melsa. 1 versus 1 now. Here with that nightfall, but Trent's still not quite sure where to look. Oh yes, it's crosshair in the perfect spot. A little haphazard though, because Icy touched down on that A site and was hit with the fault line. G2 recovered well though, despite going up against the showstopper of Kesnet.
But that was the pivotal round, Mitch. The investment of the showstopper, the full economic investment. No cruise by. It's not a terrible.
Oh, Melsa. Oh, Melsa.
Possibly enough to do some damage, but not when you get caught with the wall drop with a judge at that range.
Could definitely see what the idea was supposed to be there for Melsa. Not particularly subtle at all. MTA constantly circling back to check this. Cam now removed, so no way of knowing how they're grouping up, but he caught Icy with the dart at the very least. He's going to be forced forward here. He's got no choice. The C-Snake combo. He has to get in their face. Icy able to bring them down eventually, but Kesnet with that big investment of the Guardians able to win it out. Shy somehow, some way, delivers with a stinger, and now funnels G2 away from this B side with a Viper's Pit. What a timely ult.
Excellent from Shy. I mean, how does he win a 1v1 against Jonah there when Jonah has the rifle and he has the stinger? The Viper's Pit is so good. Recovers the rifle now. He has a Vandal.
30 seconds
You know,
left.
one of the detriments here to a potential crew round win is the fact that Heat just has that Sheriff towards A. But where to G2 end? I mean, they have to end B. Look at the clock. It's so low. 20 seconds. Kesnet delays with the awkward. He takes the fight. He just has to live there, Mitch. Might have thrown it away unless Shy can be the hero.
He's covered up so much of this site now from behind the poison orb. He makes his stand. Valen and Trent are encroaching, running him down. He's able to get 2 for 1 there. Setting Heat up
down, B.
to make this happen. Behind the box will Valen be. He doesn't know where the player is, but Heat gives himself away. Now wants to push through the smoke. Valen's waiting. Oh, it's too good. The man has been clutched time and again this map. Pretty despondent did G2 look after that first map, but now starting to win under their sails. They're acclimated. Fault line there to maybe shut down some early aggression. It never came. MTA holding that corner angle here.
Poison's off.
Shy crosses to Mail and has a crossfire with Heat.
Oh, he catches him.
That doesn't quite dodge that. Oh, Shy taking so much spam.
Another freebie for Valen. And yet G2 haven't really thrust all the way down mid yet. They take a beat. He is so lightly held right now, White. It's just Melsa in heaven. He's about to get awful busy.
And this whole time, Leaf was just containing towards A, just going to allow G2 to safely make passage over there. Melser, who has been phenomenal for a crew.
He's about to be the one-armed bricklayer again, White. Not too shabby. Finds Trent. Can get out of this position. The aftershock threatens him. He can't get away because the paint shells look first. Kesnet's in heaven, but so far away from the action. Does he just try this? The nades hoping to break up the plant. It works. Valen's forced off.
Seeker's committed. Crew are risking it all. 3v4. Economy on the line.
In for a penny for a pound, but Kesnet's caught in midair. Heat playing from the other side of that poison orb, and MTA wants to make his way in, but this is dangerous. Icy with a showstopper, sees the Cypher and delivers. Just Heat. Shoulders showing with the shirt there. Clearly nothing up his sleeve. Now has to make this happen, 1v4. Well, we all have those days, right? With that haunt, go to a very lightly held A site and deliver beautiful stuff. A 5-round buffer now for G2, and look at what crew are working with. A headache and very little weaponry.
Melser going to fall off back into the stack the crew have put together here. Kesnet just taking the duels and gets 2 of them.
Sometimes logic just weighs you down.
One enemy remaining.
But still, it's G2 as the smoke clears. Some real lively early round action. Sees him ahead by a player, and Shy left a little stranded now. Definitely has a feel that there's going to be a rotation here, but has to respect this aftershock. Jonah P throwing the banana peel in his wake. 56 for Shy. Under so much pressure, being surely tested, but Trent can't really cross mid safely right now. He's kind of stuck.
Yeah, G2 have a lot of time. They just want to make sure that they can get together. The only way they lose this round to this weak Shy with a Guardian is if they offer up 1v1s. And with the 50 seconds that they had to play with now 40, that should still be enough to get this spike to safety, meet up, play that double face to close out the round, and not allow Crew this eco win. Despite Kesnet trying his hardest to get it, just winning out 2 duels with a Guardian, straight up fight in main, no utility.
Shy Maze, I mean,
such an outrageous player.
And Shy may as well be sensory deprivation tech. He has no idea what's happening around him.
10 seconds
He's going to hear this go down.
Spike planted.
Be a long way from the action, but have no choice to try his luck. Again, for Crew, yeah, there's buy potential in the next round, right? At least for 3 of those players. You can cobble something together, but G2 are getting so far ahead. No util for Shy, no armor, no idea where G2 is set up.
Jonah's ready as well with the fault line. I mean, they are not going to risk a thing. They're going to wait for that tap, and he's going to pop it.
Shy has to give himself away, gets stunned up as a result. Jonah a little bit low after that. That one was good. Okay, Trent. Eyebrows at risk of disappearing into his hairline after taking that damage. Horn though should spot Shy out, and it does. And it's a matter of G2 biding their time and waiting. The result didn't matter of those kills. Another round.
Stopper in the next. But
with what guns to back it up.
Yeah, but if you can pick that up, well, that's if they win. But if you can pick that up, we will at least have it for a retake situation here to double satchel in, make that space. You know, maybe MTA, if they go B, he plays passive, he falls off. They retake with the showstopper, double satchel in. But, you know, they're still just trying to work close towards A now. Recruit 3 players stacked up here, ready to fight, you know, the brunt of G2.
This is about to get awkward.
Here.
Oh, the 3 paranoia. Yep, Kesnick converts on that beautifully. Bit of an early pop, got the orb.
Yeah, don't need the orb when you get the first kill. That'll do it. Don't need to pick it up.
And now, yeah, G2 with 3 to work with. They're definitely reeling over on that A side of the map. In the meantime, though, Jonah has been looking for a bit of action here towards B. That camera, though, yeah, spots him out. Now, Crew, it's an open book for them. Melton can wait maybe for this push over towards A. And that only B presence, the sole player over there, is down for G2.
Icy going to satchel through, play with that long, but it doesn't clear the corner, so Melser at least gets that one.
30 seconds
All right, Trent
left.
now in that 1 versus 4. Money-wise, G2 can have a decent last round of the half here. And Trent makes it a little costly.
Teams, it's G2 that they're the closest to upsetting right now, making their way into the playoffs. And now on map 3, one where you feel they're favored going into it, they're on the verge of getting blown out.
They're taking quite the beating on this defensive side, Wyatt. That is for sure. Okay, looks like Kesnet was able to avoid the Nightfall at the very least here, but he got taken down by Jonah. Fast play, I think, as Valen TPs into the back of the side. Oh, G2 are really going for it now. Behind this rolling thunder, it's Icy. Sends a parting gift to MTA. And Leaf there could make it very hard to take control of Heaven here. I think he trying to play around the fringes of that molly still. But G2 get the post plant. They leave Valen entrenched. Shy wants to challenge that, but of course it'll be crossfired. Valen doesn't need the help.
1 enemy remaining.
This is just an unlosable situation for G2. They've planted the spike for B main. They've retreated. Jonah has his utility. If someone taps, he could have fault lined. Leaf on this deep flank. He's going to catch that one, but this half is done, Mitch. It's going to be a 9-3. Crew with a massive comeback necessary to get their first win in Stage 2, to get into the playoffs. If they lose this match, they've only got one more shot to do it.
Heat. No time here to make anything else happen, but some flashy plays, a little bit of heroics. Finally, they build that head of steam. They have slow starts is what they do, but now they want to close things out. 9-3 as they go into defense on the pistol.
Cam from MTA will get that tag onto Valen, so going to allow Crew the information to take B main for free. While Shy tries to work his magic on A, Valen taking that first peek into Paranoia.
Valen wants to play close here. Oh, great work there. Kesnet forced off that line entirely by the aftershock. But Melson through the cyber cage. He's going to get rid of Valen. Ugly, ugly. All right, Leaf here from Heaven's going to Try and drop down through that smoke or wait it out. It's going to be renewed here for Crew as they don't yet have a plant. They don't yet feel it's safe to cross. The Prowlers will confirm their location behind the pillar.
Shy considering a flank, but just going to meet up with his teammates.
Another
playing
fake.
that smart, playing to their man advantage, just going to try to trade this thing out.
Haunt now regenerated for Trent. Leaf still unsure about how to navigate the smoke. The kid's getting renewed and all. The flick had to be there. Great correction by Trent, but still a 1-for-1. Now it looks like Crew feel like they're ready to go for this. Giant death footwork here. Leaf trying to cut it up into 2 1v1s, but can't get rid of Melsa.
To trade things out one after another. Nicely handled from Kruvisa. Now, can they just convert this anti-ego in smooth fashion?
All right, G2 assert themselves here at B. They turn the play for the orb into a bit more of a pop to take this map control, and MTA is... he doesn't want any of that smoke. Get out of my face!
My man is on the run. He'll take that, and now Melser.
Oh, okay.
The stinger for the bait. All right, he'll get 2, and nicely gets a couple, but of course, that is why you just run that one player with a ghost. So if they do go down on the lurk, it's ultimately irrelevant. You're not giving up any serious weaponry.
Well, G2, subtle as a sledgehammer this round. If only they were remotely as effective.
Spike planted.
Just Icy with a stinger now. Takes a decent licking from the paint shells.
It should be going down any moment to one of these Crew players. Honestly, let Kesnick get that kill. Get him another orb. He's got the most.
Get him rolling, you know what I mean?
Get him rolling.
Get him chirping up a little bit.
Get off to a hot start. Get that snowball rolling with the economy, with the ultimates to get back into this game against such a formidable G2, a resilient G2, who got destroyed on Lotus. It wasn't even close. They didn't look like themselves. The fundamentals weren't there. That team play that they're known for wasn't there. A team that has always been, you know, the whole greater than the parts.
Some of their
That's
parts.
always been.
G2, of course, armed to the gills. Ready to get back on the winning side. And that one way, of course, would slow them up a little bit because it really respects these things.
And against this cypherless, sentinel-less comp that G2 like to run, those explosive hits, those fast hits can be more potent. You're not going to have Kisnet double satcheling into a trip and getting sprayed down by a player in heaven.
To some degree, G2 feel they had to be proactive as a result, right? Play off the paranoia if they can. Get information consistently with those Prowlers. They need to know where Crew are coming at them from. They can't get free info from a cam or something similar.
And G2, they do love to play for their retakes on this map. That is one of the defensive advantages of running the breach, getting back in with a fault line after shocking a position.
Heat caught inside the C's here. Leaf was hoping to capitalize and spray a little bit.
Blinded.
Paranoia was male. G2 playing further back than Crew are expecting, though, not affected by it, but the smoke may keep them contained here on that stairwell. Valen doesn't want to challenge this right now. Counter smoke, I like that here. This is slowing Crew up as well.
So much delay utility, the paranoia fault
left.
line in tandem. That smoke again from Valen, and it's allowed this rotate. Look at the top of the map there.
The discipline from Leaf as well. He doesn't go into ropes and try and test this from the other side. No huge mistakes here for G2, and they're burning the clock down now. And they're starting to hold the torch to the feet of Crew. They're running out of time, and it's just Shy. And the Spike, of course, a long way away from him. G2 bide their time. They wait for a chance to get that gun round, and they reassert themselves here. Of course, still able to get weapons in their hands now. Frantic pings across the middle part of the map here for Crew. An early trade here, both races down. Aftershock for Jonah, try and syncopate this a little, slow it up. Crew chomping at the bit here for some more action, but again, G2 will pull back. Love to tease.
Yeah, opting to play this a little bit more passively. A smoke from Valen was actually sent all the way across the map into a main.
Now, a probe down mid from G2 would be uncharacteristic of them right now. That's what Crew is set up for, but they're unlikely to get that. Unless it's for 3, I suppose.
Again, just a silent clearing from G2.
I know
They're just in bed lead. That's all they do. However, neural theft might be a problem here. A wrench thrown in the works forces G2 to split. They get pinged out heading towards the A side. They might still head that way. They clear ramp with the Prowler. Oh, buddy Melsa appears right in front of Jonah, who then follows up with a flash, disorienting Heat further. Two players from G2 now spamming through that smoke in heaven. And it's only Shy again.
Spike down.
The unenviable task of rotating into a 1v4 with the spike across the map. May as well be in Timbuktu.
Unless for just a miracle from Shy, Crew are going to be relegated to the Eco. It's going to be 11 for G2, a chance to get to 12. Lock up that guaranteed OT if Crew make an all-timer comeback.
Shy's going to go for it here.
10 seconds left.
He himself can still buy in the next, but the rest of his team, not so much. He'll get Trent. Is that enough for Shy? Never. Jonah now steps up, of course. Yeah, a couple of more guns getting taken away. Okay, Shy for 3.
Oh, the shoddy buy from Crew.
Yeah, we knew it would be a little bit ugly. They keep that rifle for Shy. Kesnet's going to get one, of course, often being facilitated. Smoke's traded here in towards B main. This is awkward. Okay. Trent gets caught out there by MTA. Do they know that Icy's been left behind? It doesn't matter. He can't get involved.
He does get the audio cue of the two players falling back, though. And now Leaf might get caught by Kesnet, and he does. Big player advantage for Crew. They have to convert this to make this comeback a reality.
Okay, Icy makes his rotation here. Maybe hoping to quiet the showstopper. Kesnet has to go up the road to this. He has to try and get value. Makes the sound. No one around to see it. Now they've truly cleared heaven. Icy having to deal with the Trailblazer and the Bomb Buddy as well. He had his hands full there and has to back away. Now to the side, Crew have gone. They are swarming over it. Player in screens. Two players still trying to fight into heaven, but Jonah's done well to make a way.
Crew have planted for heaven, and it's all about Shy on this reflank. Finding a timing, not going down, but he does.
One on site, one elbow, one in drop here for Crew. Decent setup. 3 versus 3, and G2 now in the retake. Fault line. Can they capitalize? He has the off angle, but Valen checks it. He always bloody checks it. Now he'll surge forward, but MTA sprays him down. It's all for Jonah to do. He doesn't have any flashes left, but he's able to take a 1 versus 1. Kesnet overheats, and now the rolling thunder. It's going to catch MTA. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to hide. You're on Jonah P's wild ride, baby.
Another inevitability is just Jonah P winning clutches on split on A. How does he always do this?
Pain for Crew. A paltry 5 rounds here so far. They bought up into this at least. 3 ults up for G2 though.
Leaf with eyes on mid right now.
Playoffs on the line.
Pushing closer into male with Valen.
Icy pops it, he's going for it. Who's set up in mid? Kesnet's already down. He sees heat in the classic corner. Tries to satchel Shy. Doesn't get anything for it. Jonah, so ready. Eats up at MTA as he moves up.
It's just too many angles for MTA to clear. And at this point, G2, they have made the playoffs. Unless Shy and Melser can do the unthinkable. And it's only right that G2 do just that. I mean, we have 2 teams here who have been on the opposite trajectories. Crew, stage 1, an indomitable force. They made it to the playoffs, knocked out by G2, who made it to Shanghai. No one expected that. And Crew so close to revenge against them. But it's just not going to happen.
30 seconds left. It's Melser with the paranoia and the ability to re-smoke heaven. They're going to take that first. G2 is so distributed across the map. They have Nightfall as well if there's an attempt at a plant. Trent can hold this line. He sees Shy. Backs away. Strict discipline here. And that's going to be it. Surely G2 return to Americas. Remind the locals of who they sent to represent them in Shanghai. And they've locked up another playoff berth.
There is no team I can think of that displays resilience like G2. No matter what, they come back in a series, and somehow it's always on Ascent map 2 that they get that rolling. It doesn't matter what happens early on. Crew obliterated them on Lotus 13-4. G2 looked nothing like themselves. Crew looked electric. They looked rejuvenated like that stage 1 team that we were all so blown away by. But it just didn't matter. G2, they do not give up. The team play that they have, the fundamentals on display as the series went on and on. They just got better and better. Such an impressive team, somehow still probably going to be underrated after this, and I don't have a damn idea why. They are so good.
It's always maximum Valorant for G2 to be played. Again, a start to this series they'd sooner forget, and they do need to shore up that piece of their map pool. A bit inexplicable how they struggled so much on Lotus, but man, what a battle Ascent ended up being. And some individual brilliance here on Split. A captain's map for Valen. What a showing from him. Jonah P with some unbelievable clutch moments. Remember, he's the one that jumps the trip in mid to find the backstab. That's where the dominoes start to fall over for Crew. They've got to be tilted after a round like that. And they really held it together, especially on a day where Leaf isn't just farming people, right? The depth now we're seeing to this G2 team on full display against the team at Crew where we expected to be in playoffs, but they've got one more chance to get there, and it's far from a sure thing.
Just one more match against Cloud9. It is a must-win for them. Again, G2, they have locked up their spot in this battle of a different approach to the game, different systems. Crew, this more free-flowing calling team right now, where all of them contribute on their attack sides. It's Melser making decisions, Kesnick calling on defense versus Valen, who has just been leading the core of this team for years now, all the way back pre-partnership, and then in Ascension winning, making it here. Without a doubt, one of the best IGLs in the game, and put on a masterclass on those last two maps, Ascent and Split.
Yeah, look at that fade, that breach, and we saw the macro, I think, for G2 really come to the fore here. Again, on top of some of those great individual moments, of course, but getting into those last couple of rounds, it was clear to see that. Even with MTA standing up as the newcomer here, he had a great round, but he couldn't quite convert. It's G2, of course, heading to playoffs, so now we're going to head down to Geek Heavy on the stage for our Verizon post-match interview.
Yes, give it up for G2, Jonah P, the MVP on map 2. Now, let's talk, I want to start there. I want to start on map 2. Like, were you even expecting that to go to OT? Were you expecting that much of a fight from Crew?
Honestly, it was 12-11 for us, and I told my teammates, like, please close it out. I have to use the bathroom so bad. and then it went to like 16-14. So I mean, we knew we were gonna win, but you know, it was a good game.
Yeah. Hopefully you're able to make it to the restroom because you know I'm gonna keep you here for this. For a little while longer. Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's walk things back though a little bit. Let's talk about map 1 because it seemed like things kind of got away from you all there. So I'm curious to know what was the issue there that you all were going through?
Just the classic slow start from us. They had a really good game plan for us. You know, it just felt like they were hitting all their shots and we weren't. Just a slow start from us like usual. And, you know, we had Josh like kind of grilled us after map 1, you know, like trying to wake us up, and it worked. So, you know, props to him for that.
Yeah, y'all definitely were activated there on that map. So now let's talk about Split, because the last time we saw you all on Split was Master Shanghai against Paper X. Y'all lost 11 rounds in a row. So clearly y'all managed to course correct this time. What was it that kind of like brought things back and had a different outcome this time around?
I think we started attack this time. I think our attack is normally, you know, we flow better on that because we can control it, especially Valen. He's a great IGL. So, you know, just like in Shanghai against Heretics, we were up like 9-0 on attack too. You know, we were just in flow state, and you know, if a team lets us get us in flow state, you know, we're gonna run them over.
Yeah. Well, next y'all have Sentinels coming up. What are your thoughts going into that match?
You know, they're a great team. They're back in form, it seems like. I mean, we're still in form. You know, no excuses coming back from an event. We're still rolling. You know, it's gonna be a great game. I think it's like a clout match. I think this win secured us playoffs, but you know, this game is still very important to us.
Absolutely. Never underestimate the underdogs. Y'all are killing it. I don't even think y'all are underdogs anymore, in my opinion. Give it up for G2, everybody. Yes. All right, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, it's the Vietton versus Loud.
Line's been drawn. They're picked to pieces. Cloud9 are so good.